Alright guys, what's up? Outline here. Today, I've watched all the King Kong movies, with the exception of one of them, because I couldn't find it anywhere. But I watched almost all of the King Kong movies that are out and available to watch. And now I'm going to rate them for you, so none of you have to watch them, because I'm going to be honest, most of them are pretty shit. They're pretty bad. So, I'm going to rate them so you don't have to. Let's get into it. Let's start at the classics. 1933 King Kong, and I'm gonna start it off by saying S tier. S tier, of course. I mean, I watched it again. It's not too long. It's like I think an hour 30-minute movie. Could be wrong, but I watched it, and it was still pretty good. Now obviously it's in black and white, and the guy in the ape suit didn't look great, but I mean still it actually looks pretty decent. Still, and comparing it to some of the other ones, I would definitely take it to almost any of them. The next one we have is in the timeline is the next 1933 King Kong, Son of Kong. Now, most people know what the plot and premise of this one is. It's the same as this one, pretty much, in this one. But Son of Kong, directed and released the same year, is about this Kong's son, who's about 12 feet tall. They capture him and they take him back to New York again. And they have the same captain, I believe. And it's the only good thing about this movie is it's kind of funny, I guess. It's not good. It's a D tier. It's a D tier Kong. And there's a reason that you probably never heard of Son of Kong until now anyways. Or unless you looked up King Kong and just saw it. It's not good. It's a D tier. Um, the next one in the line would be, I don't know if which one comes first. I didn't really see the dates. We'll do this one first. The original King Kong versus Godzilla, and it's very controversial because there are two endings, or in a sense, actually, I think three. I don't know. In the Japanese version, Godzilla wins, of course, because Godzilla's a Japanese monster. Kong is an American monster. So they'd rather have Godzilla win. In the American version, King Kong wins, but I think in a normal standard release, you'll have uh what is it? I think Godzilla thrown from the mainland into the water, and Kong gets a building dropped on him practically. So it B tier, yeah, B tier, C tier. Take it back. It's a C tier. Um, Next we'd have this one. Canonically speaking, Godzilla versus Mecca. Not Godzilla. King Kong versus Mecca King Kong, or whatever the name is. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it there. I did not see the movie. However, seeing the premise, I don't think I need to see the movie to know it's a bad movie. It just looks horrible. Whose idea was it to give King Kong a mecha version? That's just so stupid. Besides the point, really. On to the next one. We're going to the 1976 version of King Kong. I actually thought this one was the most creative outside of the original, of course. Because that's the first. I thought this one the most creative. Now there are a lot of problems. My biggest problem is how King Kong looks. He doesn't look like King Kong. He looks like someone that is trying to run to the bathroom after they took a bunch of laxatives. Consistently. Um, I mean, it's not good. Uh, but that being said, there are some scenes I like. I like the. It has the best New York scene out of any King Kong movie. I would easily say the best by far. I like the Twin Towers where he climbs on that. The idea of him fighting a snake instead of a T Rex or whatever he fought. I don't know if there's a more specific name, but I really like the idea he fought the snake. The snake looked weird and whatnot, but I actually like that. Um, I will say this version of King Kong had my least favorite. Main guy trying to rescue what's her face every time. My least favorite. I didn't like him. However, that being said, I actually thought he played the role as well as he could have. So with that being said, I'll give this one a B. This one be a B. Yeah, that's a pretty fair rating. Next, we'll do the shitty King Kong Lives. Now, I didn't know this was a real thing until about 4 or 5 years ago when I looked up King Kong and there was like nudity when I looked up the 76 version and there was like a tit, right? But then I realized, well, that can't be the 76 version. There's no titties in the 76 version. So I looked it up again. It's King Kong Lives, where basically, remember in 1976 where King Kong fell from the Twin Towers to his death? Yeah, he's not dead actually. This is like 10 years later in 86. He's not dead. His heart was giving out, so he was given a fake heart, and they bring a female Kong. That's right, female Kong. Um, it's just stupid. But with that being said, it's not that stupid. How stupid do I think it is? I think the premise is pretty dumb, but there's tits in it, so C. C because it has tits. There we go. Next would be the 2005 version with Jack Black and God, what's his name? I just saw it actually like less than 30 minutes ago. It's a carbon copy ripoff of the original King Kong. Now, with that being said, it's better than the 76 version. Why? Well, King Kong actually looks better. He looks like a monkey or silverback gorilla. Um, I kind of liked it. They went really in depth. It was about a 2 hour movie. They went in depth with the, on Skull Island and whatnot. And unlike a lot of them that didn't show it, this one actually did show a lot of the dinosaurs and the other creatures living there. The effects were sometimes choppy and bad. 2005 wasn't nice to it. I can tell. CGI was way too heavy. Um, I mean, the story is identical to the original King Kong, with just better graphics. But that being said, I can't put it in S. I have to put it at A at highest. And it annoys me because I like the 7. I'd much rather watch the 76 version of King Kong rather than the 2005 version. But I can't bring myself to say, yeah, I would say that the 76 version is better. I couldn't do it. It's not. 76 version is unique, but not that great. The next one we'll get into is Kong Skull Island. I'm gonna give that one also an S tier. Now, Kong Skull Island is not necessarily your basic King Kong movie. It's not like either of these four where they're not like your normal Kong movie because they're absolutely horrible and horrendous. But they're not like these three where they're trying to kind of like where one of them is quite. This one is a carbon copy of the original, and this one's just a different play at a different era, 76, and it actually plays that pretty well. That's why I like it. It makes its own thing was original and whatnot. But Kong Skull Island it takes place in the 70s, and you have Tom Hiddleston, you have Samuel L., you have a bunch of other really great actors in this movie. The whole idea of it's actually very new, very well thought out and whatnot. I actually kind of liked how it's part of the whole Godzilla MonsterVerse and whatnot, Universal MonsterVerse. I like that kind of because it kind of set up to the next movie that I'll go over. But I thought it was a very, very well written movie. It was a funny movie, but it was also, I think, a very good action led movie too. And it just kind of makes sense. It was a good movie, S tier, but nothing beats the original still. And then we get to Godzilla versus King Kong. That's a solid B tier. I know, flame me all you want. I didn't think it was that good. I didn't think it was that good. It's corny. It's super corny. It just plays off the fact that yeah, we know you want to see a King Kong versus Godzilla movie. We know you do. And the most expected things happen. It's like yeah, King Kong stands no chance to a giant atomic lizard. We know this, but then they both team up and fight Mecha Godzilla, and it's like, okay, I was hoping for something more. That being said, I can't put it any lower than B, and honestly, B is treading low waters. I'll put it above this one. B is treading water because I do think it could be a potential A tier. I just didn't think it cracked that margin. It was just so expected. I also didn't like the Hollow Earth scenes. Yeah, do whatever you will, but I didn't think they were that, important, let's just say. I think to the main story and to really, I think it ties back into Godzilla King of the Monsters a lot more than it should have to this movie. But I think it was somewhat important. But it was like 30 minutes of movie we didn't need to see. It was just a waste of time. All King Kong did when he was down there was get a little axe to fight Godzilla, and he still got bodied. He still got bodied. Um, but I mean, it was okay, but nothing great. So this is the tier list. S tier you have 1933 King Kong and Kong Skull Island, very good movies. A tier you have the 2005 remake King Kong. So again, it's basically King Kong 1933, but more, detailed and better animations and whatnot, and not in black and white. Then you have B tier. You have Godzilla vs Kong, a solid movie, and then King Kong 1976. Again, It's probably my second most favorite Kong movie to watch. I wouldn't watch any others, except for these two, because I like them. Especially, I grew up watching this one. Not this one, but this one. So I thought it was always decent. But looking back, it just looks constipated. C tier you have Godzilla versus King Kong and King Kong Lives, and then D tier you have Son of Kong, and then Kong versus Mecha Kong. So that's it. This is a completely 100% accurate tier list, and you can't say it's not. But anyways, if you enjoyed this tier list and you are new to the channel, subscribe and leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.